Hello and welcome to another bingo guide. This video will not contain any gameplay, that will be in the next video. Bingo is starting in just over 2 days, so let's get into it. If you want bingo splashes to help with your bingo progression, discord.gg/GolemRealm. We splash hourly for 12 hours a day during bingo. Hope to see you there. This bingo card has a lot of collection goals, so the first category we're going to be going over is the collection goals. The first goal is Clay Collector. Collect 250,000 clay collection. For this goal, of course, you're going to want to put down some clay minions. Now, the old strat used to be fish at the fisherman's hut to get clay, but when the Bayou Island came out, they removed that. So what you're going to want to do is travel to the Bayou Island and fish there for clay. Once you have the minion unlocked, you can type in /trades. And then you can just trade seeds in for clay. Moving on to the next bingo goal, we have a Gunpowder collection. Reach 45,000 Gunpowder collection. The hardest part about this goal is going to be getting the initial 80 Gunpowder or 50 Gunpowder to even make the minion. You can either kill them in deep caverns, or some people end up making a big dark room on their island and just waiting for creepers to spawn. It might be faster than trying to farm the initial 50 Gunpowder, I'm really not sure. You can go either way. The next bingo goal is reach 50,000 Mutton collection. Again, this is going to be sheep minions, so go to the farm, kill sheep, get your minions placed down, boom. There is another way if you don't want to do minions with this though. Now, I do think it's still going to be pretty annoying, but you could get a sheep axe from the NPC Jake in the desert, and you could kill sheep on your island. You could have them spawn in and you could just kill them. With the sheep axe, that gives 3x drops, so that could be a good option. The last collection goal, which, I mean, it's not a collection goal itself, but what you have to do requires the collection. The bingo goal is new savings. Craft a piggy bank. For that, you need 2.5k collection just to craft it, and then you need an extra 40 enchanted pork to craft the talisman. And that is the end of all the collection goals. Keep in mind, you have a derpy, which is 2 times output on the second day of bingo. And also, you should be using tasty cheese. Now, if you don't know how to get tasty cheese, you just kill rats in the hub. I will link a video down below if you want to know more about rats and where they spawn, but it's time to move on. For this next category, we are going to be going over all the goals that can be done near enough instantly or just with a tiny bit of playtime. So just very easy goals. The first goal being Sightseer. Visit 7 public islands. So these can be public islands like the Hub, Gold Mines, Deep Caverns, Dwarven Mines, Spider's Den, and finally the end. Now you can do other islands like the Park and so on, but those are the islands that I'm probably going to end up doing. And most of them are mining islands because every bingo card, it is best to get to Dwarven Mines. Moving on to the next bingo goal, we have Eagle-Eyed. You need to be in the hub, come to these codes, and talk to Jax. After you've talked to Jax, you can step on the pressure plate and shoot the lanterns out. What I would do is come to the weaponsmith and buy the artisanal shortbow, and with that, you should be able to hit all the lanterns. The next bingo goal is pair up. We need to find 1 pair in the experimentation table. This is very easy because you end up getting free charges instantly. To make the experimentation table, you just need 8 logs and an experience bottle. You can get the experience bottle in the hub from the librarian. The next bingo goal is Slaughterer. We need to kill a tier 2 slayer of any kind in less than 80 seconds. So the easiest slayer for this will probably be Revenant tier 2. I would normally say it's Tarantula, but I believe every single tier of Tarantula has been changed, so I'm not entirely sure if a tier 2 is faster than killing a Rev. So you can try it if you want, but I would just stick to Rev. The next bingo goal is called Reforger. For this, you are going to want to be in the end. It has a combat 12 requirement, and you're going to want to look for end nodes. End nodes have particles coming out of them. Once you mine them, they give rewards, and that is how you get the geode. The endstone geode has a mining skill of 14, so you are going to need to hit mining skill 14 to apply it to get the bingo goal complete. If you want the texture pack to find the end nodes, it'll be in the description. The next bingo goal is called Love is All Around. Obtain a mediocre ring of love. For this, you are going to need to be on Minecraft version 1.21.5. You are going to need to go into the park and get all the way to the jungle. It takes like 2 minutes, it's not that bad. And you need to find Juliet. Juliet will be at the end of the island. She will ask you to find Romeo, and you'll need to bring him some yellow rugs and 16 red poppies and 64 emeralds. I will also leave a Romeo and Juliet quest guide in the description. The next bingo goal is experienced. Obtain a grand experience bottle. Now there's 3 ways to do this. You can either find one in the experimentation table, you can mine end nodes, or you can get it from the lapis collection. So there is plenty of different ways to get it. If you do mine lapis, you're going to need to get to 10,000 lapis collection, and you need 6 enchanted lapis lazuli to craft 1 grand experience bottle. The next bingo goal is search and rescue. For this, you need to be in the Dwarven Mines. That has a mining skill 12 requirement. You need to come all the way to the fetcher up here, towards at the top of my screen. You need to talk to the fetcher and find out what item he needs. Now, for the first day of bingo, he only requires 20 yellow stained glass. If you don't do it on the first day of bingo, he'll ask for another item. If you just wiki his message, you'll instantly be able to find what the item is. For example, it's hot and gives energy. If you type in it's hot and gives energy fetcher into Google, it will come up. The next category is all about foraging. The first goal being extra storage. We need to craft a large storage. For this, we need to mine quite a bit of oak wood collection. You need 25k collection to unlock the large storage, but you also need 4 stacks of oak wood, and that itself is just over 40,000 oak wood collection. So you're gonna be here a minute, and that's good because the next bingo goal is Lumberjack. Obtain level 20 in the foraging skill. By the time you mine the 40,000, you will be very close to level 20. If you wait and do this day 2 of bingo, with the derpy bonus, you might get to level 20 before you finish mining the oak wood. So keep that in mind. The next category is about Arachne. The first goal we're going to be talking about is Trouble is Brewing. Brew a level 4 potion. Now, because I put it in the Arachne section, my main suggestion is going to be grind out Arachne until you can make an enchanted fermented spider eye, and then put that in a brewing stand. To make an enchanted fermented spider eye, you need 64 enchanted spider eye. And you also need 10,000 collection, but 1 stack of enchanted spider eyes is 10,000 collection, so you will get this by the time you're done grinding. You will also need to come to the builder, click the last option and buy some glowstone, and then go back to your island and break the glowstone, and then you have glowstone dust. You're going to want to put that in your potion to make it go up an extra level. The next bingo goal is I See Stars. Apply 5 stars to a dungeon item. For this, you're going to want to craft a spider hat. You can craft a spider hat at 250 spider eye collection, and it is very free to make. To put 5 stars in it, you need less than 100 spider essence, and you can get that from grinding Arachne. It is a very easy goal. The last goal in this category that we are going to be talking about is Pet Hoarder. Now, the reason why I've left it in the Arachne section is because while grinding Arachne, you can also drop a tarantula pet from it. Now, because you start out with a bingo pet already, that's your second pet. Your third pet is a grandma wolf. Your 4th pet is a bee pet. While doing experimentation table, you could drop a guardian pet, which would be your 5th. Your owl pet could be your 6th. You will have a lot of coins left over, so you can just buy an owl pet. Enderman pets are also very easy to drop, so you can do that too. And if you mine 2.5k ores, you can get a rock pet. I do believe those are some of the most easiest pets to get. We have 3 goes left to talk about, so these are just going to be the last 3 goes that I'll probably do on my card. Starting with podium position. For this, we need to get a bronze medal. Now, I could go to Garden and do this, but I don't think it's worth it. Instead, you want to farm wheat in the hub to get your bronze medal. There is a lot of easy options here. I'd say your easiest is probably wheat, potato, and carrots. The next bingo goal is Bedazzled. For this, we're going to need to obtain 22 talismans. Now, I'm not going to name all of these, but I will put a list in the description, so just read that. There is a lot of easy talismans to go for, so don't panic. And the last goal we are going to be talking about is Exterminator. Again, for like the 4th time in a row or something. We need to exterminate 10,000 mobs. Now, last time it was 15,000, so at least it dropped 5k. But still, this is annoying. Your fastest way is probably going to be killing spiders in the spider's den, or kill Enderman for a chance of getting a legendary Enderman pet. Now, last bingo, I did a mixture of both and ended up dropping a legendary Enderman pet. So, keep in mind, it is very, very possible. But this is the end of the video. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. See you in the next one.